I found my passion. So, and not that the other things leading up to this weren't passions at that time, but it just feels so right for me. I like to provide healing to people, and I also have been able to give back to the community.
Audio Jungle.
Hello and welcome to Business Focus, produced by the Greater Reston Chamber of Commerce. My name is Angela Inzerillo with Impact Business Solutions, and I'm privileged to be your host as we highlight the great work our local businesses are doing. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. If it's your first time, we appreciate you being here. And if you're an avid follower, thank you for being here. I'm excited. My guest is an avid follower. So anyway, so if you would like, subscribe, comment, share, love your feedback. We are talking to great businesses throughout the county, and we want to make sure you're aware of it. So today we have one of those great businesses right in front of me. If you haven't met a licensed massage therapist, Jamy Cole-Judd, with Mindful Massage by Jamy. Now that's a mouthful. Jamy, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. It is so great to see you and great for you to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I thank you for inviting me to come do this podcast today.
Of course. Yeah, I'm excited. So Jamy is one of our newer members. She joined one of our membership drives that we did earlier this year, and she was very excited to get onto the podcast. So I'm glad that you're finally here. We're going to talk a lot about health and wellness today. So Jamy, one of my favorite questions to ask because most people with the chamber have their own business, right? So how did you get started? So why don't you share that with the audience, and then we'll talk about all the fun things that you do with your business.
Well, I'm a somewhat local. I grew up in Chevy Chase, Maryland, and went to University of Maryland. And when I graduated, I actually moved away for 4.5 years and worked in advertising for 4.5 years. And when I was back in Virginia, I became a franchise owner of the Little Gym. And we owned 3 locations. I was involved in the Little Gym for 18 years. Our first location was in Sterling, then Ashburn and Fairfax.
Okay.
Gotcha. So, and then Chad Mussman was my business partner as well as my father too. So, and Chad Mussman still has all the locations in this area.
Well, wonderful, wonderful. Oh, well, good. So you did that for a long time. You're in advertising. Okay, this is already getting to be a normal, like, how do I start my own business?
Yeah, no, that's good. So I was working at a stretch zone. So it's a practitioner assisted stretching place. And I did customer service and front desk. And I was investigating how to become a stretch practitioner and learned that it was good to have bodywork experience and massage therapy experience and to have the stretching as an add-on to what I was learning. So I found a school in Tysons called American Massage and Bodywork Institute. And it was a 750-hour accredited program. And it took us 9.5 months to go through the program. And including for the last 4 weeks, we did a clinic. So we massaged the public for 4 weeks before taking my licensing exam.
Oh, very, very cool. And I know that you have to keep up your accreditations too, right? So you put in 750 hours, you get your license, and then how often do you renew?
Our license is good for 2 years, and we're required to do at least 24 credit hours, which is every 2 years. So 24 hours of additional training, which I know I will surpass that. I like to be a sponge.
It sounds like that. It sounds like you continue to grow. First of all, I think stretching and massage go hand in hand. I mean, I think that those two work so well together. And you talked about, going to do a class coming up with trigger therapy and trigger point therapy as well, and some other types of deep tissue massage, all of that. All of that's because when people think massage, maybe they don't understand that all of those are different components of it or different trainings probably, right?
So I have in the beginning of October, I'll be doing a 4-day intensive training.
Well, that's great. Yeah. Did you find as a more of a business owner, or were you more involved in the business itself with the school?
So I had become a franchise owner and hired people with the background for working with the kids. But I also got to actually because it was a franchise, they did some really intensive training with anybody that we hired. And I went through that training as well. So I would do birthday parties. A lot of times I would be able to assist in classes, but then we hired people that had teaching background.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, that's great. Well, it got you to start your business, Mindful Massage by Jamy, and I can tell you that I'm glad you're mindful when you do massages because I know I want to be mindless when I get a massage. So yeah, let's talk about some of your services because I know you've got a table behind you, which we're not going to show, but I know it's there. You probably have one in your car, right? You've got so many
Yeah.
different types of services. Let's talk a little bit about that because I want to also talk about kind of what the challenges your clients are facing too. Like what are people, it's not just about pain. I think it's also about, we talked about mindfulness and health and wellness. So we'll get into a little bit of that as well. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what are your services?
I do both table massage and chair massage. And in general, I offer a 50-minute massage or an 80-minute massage. And I have a studio in Aldi. So the massage can either take place in my home studio or my business is also portable. So I can go to clients' homes to do massage. And I do a lot of chair massage events as well. So that's like the seated massage where I can bring it to do wellness days at companies. I can do events. Today I was at a golf tournament doing massage before people were getting on the golf course. So that was really exciting.
That's perfect. Yeah. Yeah. We just recently had Josh from Optimum Wellness, who I think you work with as well at the Chamber's golf tournament. So yeah, kind of loosening people up and it's very, very helpful for them. So yeah, what else?
And the chair massage also can be anywhere 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minutes or more. So it really, like I try to cater to how much time a particular company might have to do massage for their employees and how many employees they have. I've even done, 30-minute massages, either chair or table at a company before. The other things to mention too that I offer in my home, and sometimes I'll bring it with me as well if it's more cold weather, is I have a table warmer. Some people like having a table warmer on. Some people like having the hot towels like on their feet. And essential oils is another nice, enhancement to our massage that I provide. And a Theragun. I have found really good success working on clients that have extra tight muscles where even if I get my elbow in or really try to work on somebody, sometimes the Theragun, the vibration of it can really help and be very effective as well. Recently, I had a client that I was working on had a lot of lower back issues. And after working on him, including some glute work too, when he turned over from back to front, he commented that was the first time he had turned over without pain, and that was really nice to hear.
That's great to hear. Yeah. And everyone thinks I have back pain, so let's work on the back, but you just said it. It's likely something else that is triggering up the back pain. So in this case it was the glutes.
Yeah.
And then the stretching probably helps too, right? You were talking about being proficient in the stretching. So is that usually part of your sessions?
When I was in massage therapy school, once I got to 300 hours, I worked at a massage MD. And starting at having the 300 hours, you could do the stretch with clients. And then they had their own protocol, which I learned. And then I think basically a stretching session is about 80% stretch and 20% massage. But sometimes when you do a massage session, it can be 80% massage and 80 or 90% and then 10 or 20% stretch. So you really can offer stretch to help loosen up tight muscles.
So you call it, I'm going to go dig a little bit into the whole mindful thing because it is about pain, right? And it's physical, but you called it mindful for a reason. So is it share a little bit more about kind of why you chose that word specifically?
So I like to provide full body relaxation. And I think that in order to really just experience it and let go and also take a deep breath and not be stressed. It allows someone to be more mindful and receive their massage. I think it takes a little bit of letting go of the stresses of the day in order to even make it that you're going to receive self-care. So it's, I mean, it can be a pampering thing where, somebody who was like, oh, I'm going to go treat myself. I'm just going to forget everything else and enjoy for either the 50-minute or 80-minute and just relax and just forget about everything else. So just being mindful about receiving massage as well.
Yeah, and I think you make a really good point about, enough people taking the time to take care of themselves. It might be a person who, oh, I need to get a massage because typical my back hurts, versus going every month and just kind of being more preventative. What are some of the other things that you see from your clients?
People sometimes have not realized how sore they are in some areas until I work on them. So they might come off the table saying, "Oh my gosh, I didn't even know that I had that soreness in my lower back."
Yeah.
And by me releasing it and working on it, then it's a little bit of self-awareness. Like, people need to be aware of where they are sore, but sometimes it brings it to their attention as well. I know that a lot of people just will often share with me how relaxed they feel after having a massage.
Yeah, I think I like the 80 number, or even more, because, by the time you just get into it to realize, first of all, you're probably rushing to the massage, by the time you get changed, get on the table, it takes a while just to get relaxed. And I'm assuming some of your clients are busy professionals, right? You probably work on all kinds of people. I mean, you said you work at their homes, you work at your home, you try to make it convenient at the office. So what are some of the biggest challenges who you're working on?
Yeah, I mean, I do find a lot of people have a challenge in their schedule and being consistent. So that whole, like, getting them to allow themselves to schedule a massage is part of self-care, and they often put themselves on the back burner. And especially like when people have younger kids, sometimes the scheduling can be really an issue. But the fact that I go to clients' homes can be a benefit to them, because I've been able to also go in the evening after the kids are in bed and do massage for them. And some people really do have genuine preferences of coming to my home studio because they might feel they're more relaxed out of their home. So having both has been really good. And did I answer your question?
Yeah, very much so. No, you see the smile on your face. You're like really genuine at what you do, and you really like love it. So it's kind of interesting, because it's like, how did you know you wanted to do this? You owned a business, which, like you said, you were truly the business owner, in a franchise for 18 years. Then you kind of got into the stretch organization. You did advertising. Let's even start there first, right? So look at kind
Yeah.
of where you've been, and then you're wind up doing this. I just kind of am curious, like, how did you fall into what you did today? Like, really
Yeah. I
decide to
mean,
do
I
it?
just, um, I, I found my passion. So,
Yeah.
and not that the other things leading up to this weren't passions at that time, but it just feels so right for me. I like to provide healing to people. And I also, in some circumstances, I've been able to give back to the community because I've been doing fundraisers where I went to a thrift store in Herndon called The Closet, and they were having their fashion show. And every year they do a changeover of their clothing. So they close the store, get it all ready, and then they do a fashion show when they reopen. And I was there doing chair massage with people and donating my services. So I really like to also give back to the community too.
Well, that's wonderful. And that's actually, you turned it right back around, and you joined the chamber. So how did you, again, I told people recently, within the last few months here. So what made you
Yeah.
decide to join the chamber?
So I had a couple of people I knew that were spearheading the health and wellness lead share group out of the Greater Reston Chamber of Commerce. And in order to participate in the lead share, you need to be a chamber member, which was also another bonus and plus, because there's so many, and I'm just learning them all. But there's so many things to be able to benefit from by being a chamber member. Like we just did our health and wellness fair, which I know you were there as well.
I was.
And it was so nice to be showcased, and I was doing chair massage at that event and actually found that I really knew a lot of people. The Chamber of Commerce is like a community.
Yeah.
So, and then to be in a health and wellness lead share is a smaller community. So I just feel like I'm really getting to know the people in our group, and I really enjoy that.
Well, you said it perfectly. We didn't even practice that one. That was good.
And we get to be all referral partners for each other, so that we can, if we know somebody that needs a chiropractor or somebody else in the lead share, we can connect people, and because I'm so new, and also the health and wellness lead share is pretty new, we all haven't had an opportunity to even do one-to-ones with each other. And I look forward to that too.
100%. Yeah. So it's a growing group within the chamber. Thank you for being a part of it. And you stated it perfectly, because you guys can all be referral partners, and not just referral partners, but it's called the integrated wellness group, lead share group. So I found that that's the perfect word for what all you guys do. So you're right. You've got the chiropractor, and then you've got the varying folks that have different services. I had Donna Figueroa on our podcast just this couple of months ago, talking about functional medicine. So everyone kind of contributes a different aspect of integrated medicine and integrated health to the group. I think we're talking about maybe doing another expo in the spring, maybe a spring and a fall one. We'll talk about it, but that could be fun, because that's another time, a great time of year, right? It should be all year long that we're taking care of ourselves. However, these focus times of year, especially in the spring, we're budding into the warmer weather. So I think that's wonderful. Well, Jimmy, thanks for being here today. Was there anything I missed? I know we talked about a lot of things.
I was going to also mention with the chair massage, when I do my own presentation in the health and wellness lead share, I'm going to probably do chair massage for the people in the meeting. So that's also something that I plan to do in the near future. So
yeah, come visit that meeting.
I'll make sure you know what week it is.
The integrated lead share meets the first and third Tuesday at 11:30 to 12:30. And, there's an agenda, right? Everyone does their kind of introduction, and then there's a spotlight on a member. I know that Alice and Donna, the co-chairs, are trying to bring some other resources in. I know I came in as a guest speaker just to talk about chamber resources. So feel free to go visit it. They're a great group of people. Learn a little bit about what they're doing, but also learn a little bit about the chamber. Anyway, so Jamy, thank you for being here. And it is Jamy, Jamy. How can people reach you? I think you're going to give us your website, right? And I'll have it scroll up on the screen.
So my website is Mindful Massage by Jamy.
Jamy.
Yes.
And yes, you can also find her on Instagram. So I'll make sure all of that scrolls up as well. Well, my dear, wonderful seeing you. Thanks for being here and sharing your great story. Thanks for joining the chamber. And I look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. I appreciate you hosting me, and it was really nice talking to you. Thank you.
My pleasure. And I look forward to seeing you on our next episode. Stay in touch with us for future episodes. Like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.